Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with putting together a puzzle. I'm probably just going to feature the start of it, but I have King Arthur's Camelot. So, we have a recently opened store in town called Pueblo Puzzleworks, and that's where I got this. It was a very nice store with very well organized and up by the counter are like little floor tiles that are puzzle piece shaped, and it's just pretty nice. So yeah, I picked this up because I saw it and I was thinking back on, oh hey, I got Pendragon. Let's pick it up. I wasn't expecting, the entire thing to be like all out in the open instead of into little bags or anything. So, all right, so assemble your 3D puzzle in 3 steps. Sort pieces. Sort and group pieces by color and design. Pieces with red dots are not part of the um, final puzzle. So presumably this is part of the printing process, and they just um, left the pieces in here. So we want to assemble flat sections first. So like these 2 pieces are already together. So I want to try to find all the stuff that goes to these ones and assemble each section of it. And then once all the flat sections are assembled, there's a full kind of guide on where to go from there so that everything can come together as part of the full castle design. Yeah. I think puzzles like these are really cool. 'Cause you get to basically create something like a picture or poster and have it on display. I remember um, my mom used to have this one puzzle that she had in like a photo frame. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was just a square piece. It's on its own. I know my mom has also had friends who are into making puzzles as well. I was visiting like one of her friends one time, and um, I got s- I got to mess with the puzzle they had, and apparently it's missing some pieces. Yeah, I gotta try to find the all the side pieces first. Go from there. Should be an interesting journey. Mm, not quite. Yeah, not quite. What am I gonna do with? What am I going to do with this when it's done? I think I'm going to um, I'm running out of space over where I've got my figures and everything. Might have to move some space around. This appears to be on similar lines. This appears to go with something. It will, I saw this, I thought, okay, this would be fun to do for like channel content, just feature a puzzle, put it together. And of course, I have to go for like the most immediately challenging thing that they had available because it's in line with what I was looking for. Just in general, I think making a castle, a little 3D castle, sounded like a fun idea. Let's see here. And of course, this in particular is going to be a gigantic challenge, but that's fine. 865 pieces. Well, it helps some of them are already together because I guess for quality assurance they put it together and then ensure everything gets put into the box. Mm. Hmm. Apparently, they've got a whole series of castles and cathedrals for this 3D puzzle set. We'll have to see if they get in any more of these ones. Let's try to. I just have to try to start sorting things out first. Water. Probably keep an eye open for the water pieces, and it's like, okay, water and the grass and the gravel together. And it comes out. It'll be easier to figure things out once things are sorted more completely. It looks like this is kind of a path piece, so these probably go together. And then we've got what appears to be castle section stuff around here. So that's how I try to sort things out. All right. So what's going on lately? Um, I'm starting to rethink what I have going for content and what I need to actually do for the channel or for my personal projects. Like I wanted to feature, painting um my battle mechs, but they need to be done period, even whether it's content or not. So I might have to start just doing what I need to do, and if it doesn't get to be content, then oh well. Like I also have my stitching projects to do as well. A dot piece. It's like, yeah, there's so much I still need to do, and I can't wait for um, finding the time to make it into channel content to take care of it. Needs to be done. Okay. Hmm. I hope people don't feel like they're missing out because I'm taking care of stuff and I'm not featuring it on, the channel itself in the process. I might feature it on the channel um, as part of my community tab because that's always an option for anything I've got going on is that community tab where I sometimes feature um, my experimental line stuff. Which will probably continue for my own sake because you know, experimental line stuff is kind of weird, but it's an opportunity that I like having for a creative outlet that brings me some sense of freedom. Right. Here. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I look right. Looks about right. Let's see to find what continues. But yeah, it looks like once everything's assembled, these little square bits will lock into other square bits um, to make the 3D effect. Like this appears to be like part of a roof, so it looks like it'll match up with this like raptor support section and form a roof like that. We probably set that aside with a tree for now. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Um, I wanted to feature as much of this on video as possible, but at least I wanted to give people the idea. Hey, this is something to do with your time. That's fun. That's you know making something create in a creative way that you can finish it and feature it and it looks cool and stuff. Never liked hearing from people that they're bored about the stuff. Hmm. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of things someone can do and have fun with that's creative or productive or something other than sitting around doing nothing, you know? And puzzles are always valid. Never let anyone tell you that puzzles are lame or boring or whatever. Puzzles are fun when when you're at that point of just really getting into the zone of getting things put together. It looks like, uh, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like some of these look like they're grassy bits or a lawn or something. Yeah, this I'm going to officially launch this as a series that I call Puzzle Nexus, where I just assemble puzzles or take on brain teasers. I guess retroactively, uh, put together something to put this together. Retroactively, games like Chips Challenge, Baba Is You, Kira Mastered, Sudoku could be considered part of the Puzzle Nexus series. So part of the same roof, part of a similar design. Because I like the stuff that challenges my brain, you know? Stuff like um, all the various brain teasers I've seen over the years. Also has support of some kind. There, I put these together. Close by, this kind of the idea across. There's vegetation on these ones. Something. I remember they used to have stuff like the canoodle, and also like a little IQ teaser thing. And then there was the some dexterity required challenge that was Perplexus. Although I had Perplexus Epic, and that game, that little marble maze, there's a way to beat to the to the end if you were paying attention. Oh, presumably, well, it's to a support like this. I have to wonder if anyone ever, anyone at that company ever realized, oh, hey, somebody could sneak, sneak their way in by this means. I don't want to spoil it for those who don't want to be tempted from solving it honestly. When I realized it, it was like, wow, they missed this. It's like there's a bit of red roof tile or something. Other roof tile over right here. Yeah. I remember when we were living in the duplex and I didn't have my own computer at the time. There was my mom's computer that I could sometimes play on, but if I was in my room, um, I was either working on stitching, messing with the PS2 if I still had it. Oh, I got rid of it at one point. or messing with tabletop games by myself because I don't have a whole lot else to do in my bedroom. Or read a book. Books are also valid as entertainment. No one should ever feel bad for wanting to read books instead of, watch something else that's going on. What this thing? What hooks in there? There's a section that's down from this. Oh. I think more people should try out the kinds of things that'll engage their thinking rather than just, the passive absorbing whatever's in front of them. It tends to happen. This bits are separated. Even though my mom watches TV, she also likes to read a book while kind of halfway listening to the TV. Let's see here. Ooh, we have another banner or a banner. Oh, this little shield thing over there. Yeah, I may feel like I'm in over my head with this one, but I want to keep going with it and see um can be done. I have two of these pieces. It must be a clue to why I need two of them. Need to find the other half of the statue. We're gonna put that together. Let's see. This is a connecting piece for the 3D side of things. Yeah, I remember when they were like doing the Puzz 3D stuff way back when. I thought that's cool. I'd try that. And then, like, I think one of my sister's friends' family or someone related uh, actually had it, and I was looking at it, I was like, how? How the hell did you do this? Do you do this? But I definitely am up for more of a challenge these days because I kind of miss the whole area. Of, I I kind of miss my old times as working on brain teasers and stuff. I think like the probably one of the easiest ones I remember was this little um machine with these little sticks that pull in and out, and you, depending on what stick was in or out, uh, it locked certain parts of the puzzle down. But it's basically a kind of binary counting machine, and that was the easy one to figure out once you realized um, binary counting was the strategy of that. The one that was like near impossible for me to ever figure out without looking at the solution. was the Gordian knot puzzle. Well, it's not actually there. So it's along those lines, but it's not the same thing. But yeah, it's like these little sliding pieces. Uh, two pieces that were on that would move on two of the axes, or like three. Technically, all three pieces could move across all three axes, but depending on what other pieces were where, would basically lock certain pieces down. And then there were apparently instances you had to move several pieces at the same time, which is always kind of a pain in the ass to figure out. People always support structure together. Okay. Well, torch wall. Presumably, this is going to go into floor section for like the inside of a castle gate. Probably set that aside. It's funny that these puzzles are basically some of these puzzles are presented to be primarily for kids, and it's understandable. But I think even in my 20s, 30s, figuring this stuff out is still fun. I mean, I would definitely consider getting a Sudoku book once again. Just just to have a little thing to do offline for my entertainment. I For a while I had Sudoku on my phone, and that game was a perfect distraction. It distracted a little too well. The stuff I needed to get done and didn't get done. Precisely because I was too busy messing with Sudoku. And also the freaking advertisements on that one, because it was a free game. But when a game's free, they, have to monetize it somehow. They can't just say, here's a free game because we feel like it. Here's a game we're going to present for free, but we're going to have ads unless you want to pay and help get rid of the ads. Because that's how they want to do things. But pieces. Aside from standalone puzzles, I think it's interesting when games put like puzzle elements into games, like Galaxy Trucker, a game where you're assembling this ship one piece at a time, and it's it can get kind of hectic because other people are grabbing pieces too. But you're trying to make sure you've got no open connections because, well, you need to have the connections open long enough to connect something useful to them. But when you're getting close to um, locking down your ship's design, you want to make sure the connections are closed off so that you're not at risk of issues later. And there's things that happen along the way, um, pirates, asteroids, opportunities to buy and sell things. Um, if you take damage, it goes to a pile that takes away from your score at the end of the round up to a certain point. And you're playing 3 rounds, and each round adds a little bit more um, of a challenge in terms of huh, it's gonna be hard. Just barely it's barely detectable. But every round you also get access to more space for building your ship, but also the greater risk of potentially losing more and more um, money from taking too much damage. Huh. They had to put some thought into the way things were designed. Uh, uh, Something like the bottom of a window here. You know, something. Keep an eye open for that. Okay. Another game that I saw on the shelf and did not pick up that looks like that, added a puzzle element to it was the board game based on Myths by University Games. It's I was looking at it and I'm like, no. This this is not how I would do a game, even remotely resembling Myst in concept. How would I do a game inspired by Myst? And I haven't even finished the damn game. I have it. I still have the game on GOG. I just need to find some time to actually, work on it, play it, which may be a while. It's still there as an option for streaming, but it's one of the trouble games that I have. What I consider trouble games are everything that requires me to use my TV as a second monitor. So, Morrowind, Myst, Civilization 3, and then there's the one game that just doesn't run at all with OBS, and that's Lords of Magic, which I'm still looking for. Um, I need to see if I can find the correct patch for it to to be able to run it in a window because I still want to have that as an option for streaming because it's an interesting game. It's not a perfect game. It's got its flaws and stuff, but I still fond of it, and I still want to share it with others as a game that I enjoy. Okay, well that goes over here for now. But I think it was going to do any kind of Myst-inspired game. I don't know. I would have to think on that a little bit hard. Let's think about what elements go into figuring out the puzzles in a game like that anyway. Like you have to look or you have to listen or you have to react or you have to logic your way past a challenge. So your character is going to have things of that nature for their abilities, and depending on where you end up, you'll um, have to use that ability to make progress. And you could work with other players towards um, towards making progress. And that would get both of you progress, but at the same time, it's helping an opponent that might end up winning against you. So the question is, you take the risk of working together in order to have a chance for either of you to have a chance at succeeding, or do you try to go alone and both of you end up failing anyway? It's not that. This is part of a statue, special type of a sculpture somewhere. Well, per bits we'll keep over here. Okay, so now we'll door and stairs. So I go with that. Another door bit somewhere. Maybe. Hmm. Keep an eye out for a stairs bit. There's another thought I have in mind with game ideas. It's like what is left up to rolling, what is left up to decision. I keep thinking back on the Age of Conan game and how your choices are based on the fate dice and may not end up with the choice you like, but it's a choice you're gonna have to do as it gets closer and closer to you. That's too big. No. Anything else? Let's see. I'm trying to make a little bit more progress on this, and I might have to call it for a minute or so. Go get breakfast and everything. Like something underneath. Just support. Something. Door section. It's not a door section. This is something like a part of a gateway. It looks like another of these sections. Question is where Wait, that's gonna be somewhere. Door bitch. Okay, I'm thinking I might just have to call it for today. I wanna uh maybe just record more bits of this and have it available. Yeah, just in case I need to have some kind of content, keep things up. But really, I'm at a point where I'm not having to worry too much about am I gonna have content for later or anything? Because I've got I've got my PC games that I'm playing. There are tabletop things that I have lined up. Red dot pieces. I've got other creative projects I can do as well. And all things considered, I have enough options to work with that I'm not really worried about needing to keep up or anything because it's actually the one thing I kind of don't want to be stuck with this feeling like I have to keep doing stuff. Yeah, I'm can make keep on making things and all that, but sometimes I'm just gonna need a break, and the algorithm being what it is, too long of a break and things just kind of fall off. Although sometimes it's sometimes things go all right regardless. Even even if it's been a little while since I've done anything, the shorts are still going strong. Um, yes, and people keep checking out other videos that I still have. I'm feeling pretty confident in the way things are going that if I need to take some time off, I can do so, which is what I might have to do in the future. See this one go there. I want to say these two. There's something. There's something that will bring the two of these together. I think. I'll keep an eye open. I am very curious to see how things go with um, the shoujo auditions. Not saying whether or not I'm a part of it. I'm just generally curious because I want to see how that process looks. Which will maybe get some insight from that to think about maybe looking at an agency going forward because I do want to continue doing content and everything. And it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of help in that regard. But I think before anything else, I need to know my direction. I need to know what it is I'm trying to achieve on this and then proceed forward accordingly in a way that actually makes sense. I know that there are things I can do to maybe improve the visuals and um, other things for the channel. I want to be 100% sure of how far I want to go with this. August 2nd makes 2 years since I did the first Pillar of Love's tabletop games video. I covered that in the retrospective. And in that 2 years, I've probably done more videos than I ever thought I'd ever do. It's been kind of a eye opener to see, my own content, other people's content, figure out, you know, what things people like, what things people don't like, get things sorted out. The things I haven't done yet. I have not done collabs. I'm not in a gigantic hurry to do collabs, but it might be fun to try. I need to I need to learn how to have the courage and just reach out to people. But here's the thing. A lot of the games that I like are not exactly collab games. A lot of the games people like to play for collabs are ones that I don't have. Like, I don't have a Nintendo Switch, so anything on the Nintendo Switch is um, not something I can access right now. That might be something to consider going forward is investing in the kinds of things that people like to do together. So that I have those available in case someone's like, hey, we've been watching you for a while. I'd like to collab. Would you be able to play this with us? You know, at the same time, uh, I would prefer not to feel like I have to rely on collabs or anything, if possible. I'm sure that it's fun, but if I ever feel like I'm relying on stuff to get noticed, relying on dealing with other people to boost my own signal, and I kind of feel a little bit dirty about that. I want to try to build up the channel and everything by as much of my own efforts as possible before needing to connect with other people better. Peace. Check this something else. There it is. It is almost an hour in, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to call it for. I keep saying I'm gonna have to call it, but I keep wanting to just sort things out and all that. I'm just having too much fun with this. I don't want to. I don't want to give up right yet. But I know breakfast is waiting for me, and I have my real world responsibilities to take care of. So it's giving slight headache trying to figure this out. So I might go close to that. That's bent in, so it's not gonna match up right. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break, and I'll come back to this later on my own time and put it together offline. Um, as you can see, there's quite a bit going for it. There's, getting everything assembled, figuring out what's going where. But thankfully, there's clues like, you can see certain banners, even when it's like at the barest minimum of the color, you can tell that this goes together by that clue. But yeah, I really want I'll probably end up taking a picture of this thing when it's done, and I'll put it on the community tab. That way, people can see it. Yeah, 3D puzzles, they're a challenge. If you think you've got what it takes to take on this challenge, more power to you. All right, thanks for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you next time.